Greetings and welcome to Earth Angel Activities, where I will be doing a reading for you today. I hope you all are doing well. This reading is going to focus on messages for the Earth Angels, okay? Earth Angels, before we get started, there was some things on my heart deeply. And I was meditating literally all day. All day I've been meditating, and what I was hearing from my angels was, we're in a state of an emergency. We're in a state of emergency. I gave a message earlier that I was guided by my angels to give. When the angels were telling me that we're in a state of an emergency, it made me feel kind of heavy, because I was just like, yeah, we are. We're in a position right now where a lot of angels think more fear-based and not realistically. I posted a short today based on just a snippet of one of the videos, one of the messages that I posted previously. And it was called, "Are Return to Sender Spells Okay?" A lot of people disagree with the fact that they are not okay, and it really, that's when my angels were going off. They were just like, well, they've got to know that they are not okay, and you have to explain it to them in natural form, because that's really where my mind is coming from when I'm sharing this with you. It's from natural life, that breathe in, breathe out conversation that takes place constantly throughout life. We all understand karma. You get what you give. What you put out is what you receive. And so you have to understand that is the same when you when you return to sender. When you do a return to sender spell, that makes you an actual new sender. And when you put that energy out there, you open up the gate for that energy to come back to you again, because you just put yourself in that karmic loop. When our enemies are attacking us, right? We have to go into defense. We do. We have to go into defense. We can't just stand there and allow someone to hit us, to violate us, to fight us, to abuse us. And if the violent signature goes too far, then of course, now we're leading to more violence until it ends with death, right? That's what war is. And I wanted to say that we should blame it all on TV and the music and the video games. I wanted to say that. But my daughter made a very good point to me. She said, you know what? It was that I don't really think that it has anything to do with music and video games and entertainment. I think that it's always been that way. We've been fighting wars since before books were written. So it's a signature within us to fight. When we are dealing with an attack from the enemy, we can say that we bind their hands. That's very popular. That is a very biblical Christian idea, to bind their hand. And we have to understand that when we're going through these notions of binding someone's hands, that there is an amount of karma that goes along with that. When we return to sender, there's an amount of karma. When we do anything, there's karma involved. So how can we identify who the enemy is? What is the attack? What's actually happening? What do you know for sure? Some people don't understand that when this spell work happens, it's a form of trespassing. They trespassed against you, so then you turn around and trespass against them. But when you're trespassing against someone else, that causes you to leave your home front. You have to leave your home front and go. And that leaves you defenseless. That leaves your bubble defenseless. You know, the spiritual war is not fought the same as the physical war. The spiritual war is fought in a sense where we have trust and faith. In the physical, when there is a war going on, we have to defend ourselves. We have to play defense and offense. We have earth angels that their calling, their gift, is to be that Merkle force that actually sends attacks. Now, these earth angels are not like everybody else. Their mind is set up different. Their life is set up different. Their angels, the angels they work with, are completely different. They are the militia. They are different from everyone. This is a very elite group of people. These people don't just send off attacks because they're mad at somebody at work. These people don't just send off attacks because they don't like Peggy Sue. These people practice a respectable amount of preservation, reservation, love, gentleness, understanding, humbleness, humility, forgiveness, grace, mercy. Because they know that as soon as shots are fired, it's war. And they don't want war. These people, these angels, these workers of change, agents of change, whatever the name is you want to give it, these folks are dedicated to peace. They're dedicated to peace. I know that some of you guys still don't understand, like, the return to sender spell, it is a waste. When you know good and well that your angels, your spirit team, it's inevitable. You know, when these people are sitting around sending all this energy or whatever it is that they're doing, you know, if they're trespassing against a chosen being, if they are trying to do harm towards a chosen being, you already know no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. They'll form, but they won't prosper. But where you give them the leg up to prosper is when you decide to trespass as well. Defending yourself in the spirit is not the same as sending an attack. It's not the same. And our angels are like, we're in a state of an emergency right now because nobody is really listening. Nobody is really listening. Nobody understands that fight signature that has been ingrained in us and embedded in us to make us not be able to coexist, to force us to see each other in horrible ways, to force us to live in fear, to force us to not be able to care for one another. That's got to go. We are in a state of emergency. And it's important for the earth angels that are on their square and that do understand what this magic thing is, you know, let me know you're here. Because it's a lot of people out here that they are ready for the fight. Like, believe me, When a fight is, when we have to fight, if there's time for a fight, you know, you don't really want to be in the ring with an earth angel, because earth angels shut it all the way down. I've seen it before. Because earth angels, for one, they going to go ham in the fight because they mad because they got to fight. They don't want to fight. Earth angels don't want to fight. Earth angels don't want to fight. They don't. Earth angels do not want to fight. And it's for that very reason. You know, I ask you, I ask all of you to let me know what role you play, what position you're in, and let me know how you feel about it. Because my angels have shown me, you know, and I know that sometimes not every message is going to leave you being liked. I knew this already when I started this journey. I'm not going to always be liked, not when I'm obedient. We got the wings and the crown. That's, man, yeah. It is what they wanted us to know. Divine Mother and Father, thank you so much for your messages. Show us, Most High God, Earth, our angels that are here to help us, our spirit guides. Show the earth angels what is going on. Help me to deliver the message clearly. I've delivered it already, but show them with the cards. We've got the Five of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. Okay? The Five of Pentacles literally sitting there with the Knight of Wands. Like, giving this type of lost Five of Pentacles, no home, nowhere to go type energy, this bum low vibrational energy, sending it back. The Knight of Wands, you're literally the Knight of Wands. I'm seeing this as a wizard, a young wizard, the one who is wielding the power, like giving this bum energy. When you could create so much more. It's like with the energy that you're trying to give, return back, you could do so much more with it. You could create so much more. Look, this is very similar energy, slothful. It's like doing the return to senders, it makes it so, it's so depleting of the funds. It's so spiritually expensive. And I don't know if you guys are actually able to pay that. If you have to understand that some of these spells, some of this magic that we are being shown to do, it doesn't have anything to do with us. It doesn't have anything to do with us. And it is an unnecessary expenditure of our energy. You know, we have to remember to be mindful of who we are as a tribe. We have to use our imagination. I'm hearing use your imagination and how to praise the Most High God, how to find your spirituality. Listen to your heart. Your home is where the heart, your heart is where the home is. Your tribe. Your tribe will guide you to the information that you need to really know about how you praise, how you pray, how you practice your spirituality. Because I'm hearing that in your imagination, that's where your angels and your spirit team and your guides are going to tell you exactly what to do. You know, when I do my consultations with people, I rarely receive the same advice twice. You know, people can present with the same issue spiritually, but the guides, the angels, they'll tell everyone to do something specific, and it's specific to them. It's specific to you as an individual. You know, stop trying to follow everybody else's practices, because sometimes I'm seeing like a convoluted ball of yarn. Like sometimes you do this bunching and tangling of your energy into stuff that you should have never been involved in to start with. Honey jars, putting people's names in honey jars. That is trespassing. It's manipulation. Putting someone in a freezer spell, that is manipulation. That's trespassing. And you are putting that energy out. And people who do magic, when they keep it real, they tell you that sometimes there are moments where they have seen their magic backfire. Most honest people who do this stuff, they will tell you the truth. They will tell you that they have had experiences when it backfired. People who know people, they see them and they see how things ended up eventually. Because see, at some point, you have to pay the piper. You remember Rumpelstiltskin from that show back in the day, where he would always say, like, yeah, you can do whatever magic you want, but always for a price. Like, don't play with your soul, is all I'm saying. And your angels, like, the angels have rallied around us in this message to let us all know that they want our energies focused on higher things. That the enemy, when they send attacks your way, it attacks its own self. When the enemies send these bad spells your way, when you have nothing but love, your love is your shield. It literally is. You know, people would be doing all kind of stuff in the spirit, in the physical world. People can lie on you, slander your name. But at the end of the day, what can you do about it? You can't go rip the words out of somebody else's mouth. You can try. But then you just have justified everything they've said about you. You know, you can't go get in front of a story and try to tell people, like, this didn't happen, that didn't happen. You want to know why? Because it's cringe and weird. Like, things will sort themselves out. They will. People will come back and apologize to you years later. You will have cried the tears and forgiven the person by the time they come and tell you, oh, you know what? I was wrong. But in the meantime, in between time, you can't live your life being miserable just because someone didn't believe in you, just because someone thought negatively of you, just because someone treated you badly. Someone treated you badly? Well, I treat myself good. And I have relationships where it's good and I can be myself. You know, you have to remember how to nurture yourself. And you can't continue to give so much power to someone else. And you can't continue to waste your time tying your energy up in these karmic loops and karmic cycles. And then you're up here wondering why things are going this way and that way. It's because you've tangled your energy up. And you know what? We tangle our energy up enough accidentally, you know, just by living. Why add to that? Why add to that? Let's see what else the angels have to say about this energy. Strength and passion and magic. Your magic, when you put that energy out there, is super powerful. It's super powerful. And I'm seeing that when you do that, these low vibrational energies, they get to have, it's like a field day. It's like a day at the market and everything is free. And it's your energy for free 99 because you're just giving it away. You're giving your mind power, your heart power, your stomach, soul power, all of that sacral chakra energy. You're giving your whole vibrational being over to this entity that you can't even see with some of this magic. Now you've got to know that magic is your birthright. Magic is your birthright. And when you are in your highest mind with this magic and you're using it for the highest and greatest good, you find your passion in that space, and with that passion ignited, you become even more powerful. Like, magic is your birthright, but you have to remember that magic is not put in you for us to harm people just because we don't like them, or just because we think they're sending us bad magic. You know, we have to show our brothers love, and that does keep you safe. Now, there are some Merkle people, like I said, and we do have spiritual warriors for that. We do have spiritual warriors who send attacks, literally. They send attacks. And then you have spiritual warriors that help with your protection. Okay? I help with protection. I'm not an attack warrior. My team has already shown me that. My team has shown me attacks. Don't think I'm speaking from an empty space. I understand magic. I love magic. I'm magical. But you have to recognize what you're doing with your power, your energy, and listen to your angels and your spiritual team. Like, when you're really in tune with them, what are they really telling you to do? If you are an earth angel that has been given that, you've been given that spiritual gift, that's what you're allowed to do, and you have the power to do it, how much has it cost you? Like, be real. I know some people, it's cost them their health. I've seen this with my eyes. I wouldn't tell you no lie. I've seen this with my own two eyes. I've witnessed people constantly attacking people with magic, and they got bad health. Or things happen where it's just like, that is crazy. That's wild. You could write a book, make a movie. And it's because they live their life in this sort of way of everybody got to pay. You hurt my feelings, you got to pay. You trigger me to think about something I know I need to heal, but I ain't going to heal it. You got to pay. You embarrass me, you got to pay. You ain't paid me my money back yet, you got to, that's not the vibe. If you're still here listening to this, you probably don't even do these things. You're probably on the side of where you don't want to fight anymore. October. What's going on? What about October? Angel, spirit guides. Oh my God. What about October? Financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. That's giving karma. Haystack. Karma. Oh my gosh. You will reap what you have sown. See, this is saying October. And so October is giving me the vibe of seasons. Seasons. The dolphin is saying right here, it's literally saying, coming from something you did in the past. And then haystack. It literally says karma on there. It literally says karma. You will reap what you have sown. And then butterfly, a change for the better. And kangaroo, unsettled time, need to plan ahead. It's like you're being asked to choose. What game do you truly want to play? Do you want to receive? What karma do you want? Because the game of karma is you reap what you sow. So when you sow love, you receive love. When you sow love, you receive love. When you sow kindness, you receive kindness. When all you've been is love, when someone tries to assassinate your character, you know what? Your behavior speaks for itself. The way you interact with every individual person, it speaks for itself. There's no need for you to go back and say, oh, that wasn't true, blah, 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 blah. Defend yourself for sure if someone brings it up. But you don't have to even break a sweat, even though it hurts. Yeah, it breaks your heart because you're like, dang, I was loved to this person too. But usually the person who ends up attacking you as an earth angel is the person that you set a boundary with, or it's a person that your spiritual team guided you to speak to. And they didn't like what you had to say. What you had to say, it probably triggered them. It probably stirred up something within their soul that they need to heal. But they're not ready to, they don't want to. They don't want to heal it. They don't want to heal it. This rat coming out at the bottom, someone working against you behind your back. You know, it's like your angels know. They know the things that you're going through. They understand that there are attacks. They understand that weapons are forming. But it's because of them that none of them will prosper. The only ones that will prosper is by your own hands. You know, in the physical world, we co-create with each other in the third dimension. It's not always fair in the third dimension. Because in the third dimension, you have people that are willing to be low down dirty as they have to be to get what they want. Kill, steal, lie, destroy, they'll do whatever. That is a demonic possession. Whatever you want to call it. They are obsessed with an energy. They are obsessed with an idea. That's a possession. That's what we would call a possession. Okay? The mind becoming so fixated on something that it can think of nothing else. Make sure that what seeds you're sowing, that you want them back. If you want to do a return to sender spell, then, you know, I've done my part. If you feel that doing magic on people that is manipulative, if you feel that that's right, then I can't argue with you. And I won't argue with you because we're allowed to have different opinions, right? We are. But I know my angel team has told me what it is. You know, when you send out these attacks, just remember karma. You know, it would be better for you to send love to your enemies, because you know what? You're getting that back. Love. You will get it back. You will get it back. You will. Choose. What seeds are you going to sow? What are you going to do? Angels of healing are with you. A time of healing is about to bless your life. Accept Archangel Raphael's emerald green light while I enhance your strength. Strength is a big thing. It's like some of you guys, look, and your prayers are being answered. It's like I'm hearing that some of you guys haven't even asked for assistance. Some of you guys have not even asked for help. When that's all you really have to do. Your prayers are being received by the divine. Answers will come soon, although perhaps in forms you didn't expect. So your enemies send you hate. You send love to the situation. You give that hate to God. You give that hate to the higher self. You give that hate, you release it. You let it go. You're not going to hold that. You're not going to hold that and work with it and work on it and then return and send it back. Unless that's what you want to do, you know. Try and tell you. But you release it. If you have to cut people off, then you have to cut people off. But send them love. Do it in love. You ain't got to hate people that you cut off. You ain't got to hate people that you put on the block list. Sometimes that's the first line of defense. That's the first line of defense sometimes. Third dimensionally and spiritually. The third dimension is so sad because sometimes you have to fight, don't you? If someone comes up and they push you in a corner, you can't just let them attack you and abuse you and harm you. You can't. And that goes for the spirit too. You can't just allow people to hurt you and harm you. And you can't continue to allow these energies to come back. But you have to understand how energy and the spirit world works. You have to understand what's going on with your womb space. You have to understand why you cry, why you feel sad, why you feel heavy, why you feel hungry, why you feel sleepy around that time when your soul, when your womb is more exposed to the spiritual world. And these are the messages that our angels and our spiritual team are trying to get to us. Is that there is a wound in our souls that needs to be healed. And until we heal that wound, we're going to always have to deal with war. We're going to always have to deal with fighting. But as an earth angel, you've got to know, you've got to use discernment on when to fight and when not to fight. Because when you do decide to just send an attack, like a return to sender, what? You got to know how to work your magic in a way that it doesn't harm you. It does no harm. But you also reach the solution. That's not always easy, is it? No, it's not always easy. But I pray that this message has gotten to you in good favor, and that you feel it and receive it with love, and that it actually, I'm just manifesting that this message is going to reach earth angels that need to hear it, and that it's going to help heal and soothe your heart. It's going to help you to trust your angels and your spirit team more, and know that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, because you are an overcomer. You are love itself. You are love itself. Be it dark, be it light. You are love itself. And you are powerful. Use your words and your power and your energy wisely. All right? Until we talk again. Bye.